Bible story time, the God of comfort. Let's talk about how some of your struggles God will employ, put them on his payroll in order to comfort someone else, right? So I don't want to say I hate, but I really dislike the statement when people say, when you're going through something or trial or tribulation, people say God gives his strongest battles to his strongest soldiers. Get somebody else to do it. Right? Like many, that is not comfort for us when we're going through this, right? To say that because I am strong, God is putting more on me because I'm strong? Nah, bruh. But let's flip that and let's talk about that when you go through something, because we live in a fallen world and we live with evil people, when you go through something, God will comfort you and he can trust you to use the comfort that he has given you in order to comfort someone else. Let's go to scripture. In 2 Corinthians 1, chapter chapter 1, starting at verse 4, it says, he comforts us in all our affliction so that we may be able to comfort those who are in any kind of affliction through the comfort we ourselves receive from God. For just as the suffering of Christ overflowed to us, so also through Christ our comfort overflows. If we are afflicted, it is for your comfort and salvation. If we are comforted, it is for your comfort, which produces in you patience, endurance of the same sufferings that we suffer. Break this down, Lavanya. Glad you asked. So here's the thing. When you go through hardships and trials and tribulations, right? I will not say that we serve a God that is putting you through these situations. There are some things that come to for God's glory. There are some things that come by our own natural sins. And there are some things that come because we live in a fallen world and we are attached and associated with people that do evil things, right? So I can't tell you the rhyme or reason for the affliction that you're going through. But what I can tell you is the purpose that God can bring out of it. When you go through something, God can use the comfort that he brings you in going through it to comfort someone else. Prime in case, my entire therapy business was built out of my divorce. Right? My first divorce, I went through such heartache and such turmoil and such stress. And I did most of it alone because I was ashamed because I had waited on God and I thought I had done the right things. And I still ended up divorced. And I had all of this trauma and all this hurt and all this pain to deal with. And as I dealt with it, the Lord reminded me that there were so many other women that were going through the exact same thing that he had pulled me out of. And that he was sending me back into that fire, that my affliction has now become my client's comfort. Right? The things that I went through and that I endured in my marriage and how I saw a way out. And now I am happily married to the love of my life because God wastes nothing and he redeems the time. Now I can offer encouragement to other women to say, even though this was the hardest time of your life, keep pressing forward. Know that God sees you. God hasn't forgotten you. That through even this, he can get glory, right? And then my goal and my responsibility is to strengthen those women so that they can then turn and use their newfound strength, newfound comfort to comfort someone else in their circle. I hope this helps. Follow for more. Meet me in the comments.